Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, This Curvi Yogi. I am Jakita, and today is day number 10 of our 30 Days of Yoga Challenge. So today we will be focusing on backbends, also known as heart openers. And these heart openers will help us to improve our posture and to help us breathe a little bit better. So all you need today is your yoga mat. So let's grab that and we will get started. So we're going to start seated on our heels, and I'm just going to place my blocks between my ankles just to bring the ground up to me. And we'll sit tall in the spine, reaching up through the crown of the head. Go ahead and open the chest by rolling the shoulders back. We'll start here with 3 deep breaths, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth. So let's inhale together. Open the mouth and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And then we'll come over to table, onto hands and knees. You can place your blocks off to the side. And just being mindful of having your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. And we're going to tuck our toes under and start by lifting your knees and then your hips up and back as we come into a downward facing dog. Let your head rest between your arms. Take a deep breath here. And keep your left foot rooted down into the mat. Lift your right leg up. And then bend at the knee. And reach your right foot over towards the left. And maybe you look under your right arm. Breathe here. And then bringing that right foot down. And we'll go ahead and shift forward to our plank. You can always come down to your knees. Take a breath here. And then lower the upper body all the way down to the mat. Hands beside your chest. We'll inhale as we reach the upper body up, coming into our back bend, our cobra. And then exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. One more time, inhale up. And exhale down. And then bring your hands down by your sides. We're going to come into locust pose. Another back bend, another heart opener. So go ahead and roll your shoulders down and back. Lift your chest, lift your heel or lift your feet off of the mat. Lift your arms and think about reaching your arms back towards your feet. And breathe here. And then release, coming down. Bring your hands beside your chest. And then we're coming back to child's pose. So lifting the upper body and sending the hips back. And you can widen your knees here to come to your child's pose. Take a breath. And then coming back. And this time we're going to stand on our knees. We'll start with our camel pose. So we'll start with our hands on the chest first. Inhale as you lift your chest. Exhale as you drop your shoulders back. Keep the lower body where it is. And bring your gaze behind you. And then come back up. For the second variation, we'll have the hands down by our side on our thigh, the outside of the thigh. And we're going to do the same thing here. So keeping the tops of the feet down on the mat. Inhale as you lift the chest. On the exhale, drop the shoulders back, open the chest, and drag the fingers down as far as is comfortable for you for your back bend. Keep breathing. And then coming back up. And last one. If you want to grab your blocks or wherever props you're using for your blocks for this practice. And this is just for your hands to grab when we go back into our camel pose, our back bend. So same thing here. Inhale as you lift the chest. On the exhale, you'll start to drop the shoulders back, reach the hands back, and grab your blocks. And you may have to bring them closer to you. That's okay. Just keep the chest open. And you can look straight up at the ceiling, or you can choose to look towards the back of the room, depending on your own back flexibility today. Breathe. And then release, blocks off to the side. Coming back to our table position. And then we're coming to our downward facing dog. So tuck the toes under, lift the knees, lift the hips. Come to your downward facing dog. Take a breath here. This time keeping the right foot down, lifting the left leg up, bend at the knee. And then start to reach that left foot over to the right, opening the hip. And release, bringing that left foot down. Go ahead and shift forward to a plank. You can bring the knees down to the mat. Take a breath here. And then go ahead and lower the upper body down to the mat, hands beside your chest. Come into our 3 rounds of Cobra. Inhale as you lift the chest, lift the head. Exhale down. Inhale, lifting. And exhale down. Last one, inhale, lifting. And exhale down. And then bringing the hands down beside your hips. We're coming back to our locust pose. So go ahead and roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, lift the arms, lift the feet. Think about reaching the hands back towards your feet. And breathe here. And then release. Bringing the hands beside the chest once more. And we're coming back to our child's pose, keeping the knees wide. Let the head come down to the mat. And take a breath here. And then coming up for our camel pose. So we're standing up on our knees again, starting with the hands on the chest. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, reaching the shoulders back, gazes up towards the ceiling. Coming into our little back bend here. Breathe. And standing up, bringing our hands down beside our thighs. Same thing here. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, drawing the shoulders back as you reach the hands down the thigh as far as is comfortable. Breathe here. And standing back up. Adding your blocks. Bringing them beside your legs. Same thing here. Inhale, lifting the chest. And exhale as the lower body stays where it is and the shoulders reach back. And you reach back for your blocks. You can have them as close or as far away as is comfortable for you. Gaze can be up at the ceiling, or if you want a deeper bend, going back further, looking at the back of the wall. Your choice. Breathe. And then coming back up and putting the blocks off to the side. And we're going to sit back on our heels. And if you do need the blocks for your heels, you can put them between your ankles. Coming back to our seated position that we started in. Ending with our 3 deep breaths. So rolling the shoulders up and back, keeping the chest open. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Thank you for joining me for today's backbend practice. And remember that you can always write about your experience after each practice. So the journal that I asked you to get at the beginning, you can use that to write about your experiences. Think about how this backbend practice made you feel and write it down. And that's it. I will see you all tomorrow for day number 11 of our 30-day yoga challenge.